nada más. Y justamente también hemos venido a abrir a los 7 meses. El cliente viene ingresando para tener sexo en cabina, para no tener el contacto directo con la chica. Viene el cliente, ya la chica está de espalda ubicada, ya hemos implementado esa cabina que la persona solamente a través de una cabina. La mujer pone y el hombre ingresa.
Good evening and welcome to the program.
However, experience is the suppository of all wisdom.
They're the so-called man caves where many husbands
They patriots all across Australia.
Dividing people into groups of races is racist.
Well, then you're a racist.
In our democracy and way of life,
1 in 6 Australians is now living off the dole.
being persecuted for expressing their right to
We
free
don't want
speech.
Australia to be overrun by these people.
And I got obsessed with my body straight away.
Indeed. Well, we're in the grip of the Ice Age, the dealing and use of the drug ice.
On religious preaching in Rundle
The
Mall.
Australian flag, Anzac Day, the national anthem, bacon.
Hello and welcome to Hide from Fire. Sorry, I'm just looking at my streaming outputs. I'm still, okay. Well, for some reason, Twitch just the video download was cancelled. Please try again. Okay, for some reason, Twitch just went silent. But everything. D-Live, I'm still going live on for some reason. Anyway, I was just gonna play around with my output settings, see if this helps it. Because for some reason it's basically for whatever reason it was saying I was only doing 1 keyframe a second when I should be doing 2 according to all of my settings. Yep, according to my settings, that is exactly exactly what it should be. So I don't know what's going on with Twitch. I might just try and reload my page here. Just bear with me a second. So this is very professional of me. I know, and we'll see if it's working, or maybe I've been booted from Twitch, which I don't really care about. BitChute is my home. BitChute is what it's all about. Also D-Live, because D-Live has always been good. D-Live always runs everything. Twitch is a fickle beast, a fickle beast, and I'm just going to pop up the socials there so I can see. Yeah, and well, Twitch is kind of back, but not really. Well, it's back, but it's it is what it is. It's loading and it's having a hard time. Oh, that's because Twitch is gay. Hell, motherfucking yeah. All right. Anyway, what was I gonna say? This is a great way to start off the show. I completely derail myself and have no idea what I was going to talk about. So I'm just let's just get straight into the first story, shall we? Let's. Okay. Breaking email sent to computer shop owner John Paul Mack. Wait, the computer shop owner's surname is Mac Isaac. Still, he's got Mac in his name. That's pretty funny for a computer shop owner, I think. Anyway, from Hunter Biden's attorney is released. So after the media and Twitter and all that claimed that the whole Hunter Biden laptop fucking thing, that was all fake news. The DNC claimed it was fake news because Twitter said it was fake news. Twitter claimed it was fake news because the DNC said it was fake news. Now the email sent to the shop owner, who again, he has Mac in his name, and not M-A-C-K, but John Paul Mac, M-A-C. Oh yeah. I wonder if his shop has Windows. I am terrible. So after all that was said, his Hunter Biden's lawyer has sent an email basically asking, is, asking for the hard drive as if, if it's fake, why do they want it? It's fake, right? Like, why would they want something that's fake unless they want to look at the fakery or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, I love the picture they use here at the Gateway Pundit. Biden crime family is finally exposed. Rudy Giuliani was in the news this week after an explosive Biden crime family emails went public, and I like the way that mainstream media completely trying to discredit this by calling Giuliani a drunkard. Like, even if he is a drunkard, so what? That what does that change about the laptop and the content on said laptop? It changes nothing. Like, they're just trying to slander Giuliani to try and make people who, watch mainstream media think that, it's all fucking horseshit. It's all poppycock, as they would say.
How dare you?
Exactly. Giuliani was approached by computer repairman John Paul MacIsaac. Oh, man, if that was Lisa, it'd be fucking even better. Isaac. Wow, that's a weird name. After Hunter Biden, a known drug addict, turned over his computer to the store and then refused to come pick it up. Yeah, it's sounding like, Hunter was like pissed off with his dad and that and left it there on purpose, like to expose them. And since then, now that he actually has exposed them, he's starting to regret it. The FBI, rather, not the FDI, not the federal dick inspectors, but the federal booby inspectors, took the hard drives from the computer and then hid them from the American public, President Trump, Congress, and even the executive branch. That's right, because they had these hard drives back in, like, I think fucking a year ago, like October, or I could be wrong, or something of last year. So, yeah, they've had these things for a long time. Blah, 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 executive branch. On Friday, Intel expert Larry C. Johnson, who contributes as the Gateway Pundit, interviewed the computer store owner, John Paul MacIsaac. John Paul MacIsaac shared his story with Larry. Oh, good for you. And he told Larry Johnson, the basketball player? That he received an email. I should have had my... No, it shouldn't have been that. It should have been... on fire! Or... Boom shakalaka! Yeah, I should have had one of those sound effects ready for that. But I did not read this story. That's what I do on this. I just read the headlines and kind of flick through the story, and then I read it here. He told LJ that he received an email last week from Hunter Biden's attorney. The Biden team was... eventually tipped off that Hunter's emails, photos, and videos were about to make headlines. The earliest Sunday morning, why do you have to keep putting the fucking, stop doing that, fucking news sites. Stop putting the fucking headline and then, stop writing one paragraph or one sentence of text and then, just keep inserting it through the article. It's really fucking annoying. Early Saturday morning, Adam Housley released an email from Hunter Biden's attorney to John Paul MacIsaac from last week. Here you go. This is the email. This is what he says. Here you go. Okay, I got to do an American accent, I guess. Here you go. This is an email sent to John Paul by Hunter Biden's lawyer in reference to returning laptops. Also, the attorney said Hunter dropped him off in 2017. Nope. Try April 2019. He didn't even know when he left him there. Redactions on this document are mine. And then it goes on, sent. Oh my God, sent from my iPhone. Okay, John Paul. Okay, yeah. I don't know. It always discredits me a little when people send shit from their iPhone, but then again, it's just a computer, so what do I care? John Paul, thank you for speaking with me. Now, as I indicated, I am a lawyer for Hunter Biden, and I appreciate you reviewing your records on this matter. Thank you, George. Welcome to blah blah blah. Well, sorry for blah blah blahing that. Former Fergie Brandon blah blah blah. Okay, I'm sorry. Our email address has changed. No, okay. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you for speaking with me. Oh God, why am I yawning? I don't know. And then blah blah blah. Gonna need some sourcing on this one. Yep, fair enough. Here's a letter from Hunter Biden's attorney, George Mirasy. Hunter Biden's attorney called John Paul's shop a few days ago and asked for Hunter's computer back. The letter was sent after the call. This confirms that the computers held by John Paul Mack were indeed from Hunter Biden. Thank you for speaking with me tonight. As indicated, I am a lawyer, the Hunter Biden, and appreciate you reviewing your records on this matter. Thank you. And what he means by reviewing his records is they have a very simple policy that many businesses do, which is, if you bring your car in to a mechanic to get repaired, and they do the repairs on the car, and then, they say the bill's going to be $1,500 or whatever, and then you just skip out on it, and you don't, after 60 days, that's now their car, and they're going to sell it to recoup their losses. So, this is standard practice for all businesses, especially being in a trade myself, and, working on maintenance and repairing, various machinery and things associated with machinery. I think that's vague enough. This is absolutely standard practice. It's absolutely standard practice here in Australia, and I assume it is standard practice in the US as well, where, if you take in, like I said, a car or something, and, you just leave it with the mechanic for 60 days, 2 months. After that, he's just going to keep the car because he's done the repairs on it, and he's not getting his, like I said, say $1,500, and he's going to sell the car for whatever he can get for it to try and recoup his losses. That is absolutely standard practice, and that's exactly what this that's what this guy's done. And he would have signs up in the office, in the lobby or whatever of his business when you walk in there, to say that, and there'd be signs up saying that this will happen, and, there'd also be like, oh, there's, an FPOS surcharge or whatever, blah, 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 credit card, 3%. Various signs up letting people know that this is what's going to happen. You can't just you can't just say, fix this for me, and then when you get the bill and go, oh, shit, and then just walk away, because what are they supposed to? What is this guy supposed to do? Just every time that happens to him, every time somebody brings in a laptop for repair and they realize it's not worth what the repairs cost, and then they just look at it as a write-off, is he just supposed to keep all these laptops indefinitely, hoping that one day, a year from now, 2 years from now, 10 years from now, you come back in with what the original price of the repair was, and pay him and get it back? If businesses were to do that, they would end up just storing people's shit. It would basically become, they'd basically, turn into like a layaway for shitheads. It would basically be a storage locker for deadbeats. So, this is absolutely fucking standard practice, and it is, a completely fucking normal thing that happens. And after 60 days, as is the policy of this guy, he's turned around and said, no, it's mine now, and since it's his, and when Hunter Biden left the laptop there, that's what he agreed to. And the idea that they thought it was they thought he left it there in 2018, and it was actually 2019. So they thought he left it there 2 years ago, and they're acting like it's still his property. Nah, man, you left it there 2 fucking years ago. Okay, 2 months is the standard where they say, no, I'm selling it to get my money back. He didn't do that because they don't have to sell it, but it just becomes their property. So, no, okay, so we're talking 2 months is what was, agreed upon, like, I guess, verbally or whatever. And I guarantee he's got a sign up on the wall that everyone can see when they come in. It's like, this is what's going to happen. And he probably tells everybody, if you don't fucking pick it up within 2 months, this is what's going to happen. And and 2 years later, well, it was actually 1 year later, but according to Hunter Biden, he thinks it was 2 years later. And, knowing full well that after 2 months, the guy would just keep it for himself. And he comes back what he thinks was 2 years later, and has his lawyer ask for it back. Nah, son. Nah. And, I know this guy made fucking clones of, like, the hard drives on it. He'd be stupid not to. And Giuliani's got the thing now, and they're trying to slander him. And, they're trying to say that it was a that it was a Russian hoax, but, that got debunked by somebody, and I have the clip right here.
It is Adam Schiff, the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, who, as you pointed out on Friday, said that the intelligence community believes that Hunter Biden's laptop and the emails on it are part of some Russian disinformation campaign. Let me be clear. The intelligence community doesn't believe that because there's no intelligence that supports that. And we have shared no intelligence with Chairman Schiff or any other member of Congress that Hunter Biden's laptop is part of some Russian disinformation campaign. It's simply not true.
Well, there you have it.
You will die without honor.
Mr. Hunter Biden. And again, I just want to point out how fucking weird it is that Joe Biden named his sons Beau and Hunter. I seem to be the only person still who thinks that's weird, but I'm going to keep saying it because, yep, I think it's weird.
How dare you?
How dare I indeed. Yeah, so, that's what's happening with Joe Biden and his Beau Hunter son. And skipping across the pond now to France. Do I have a sound effect for France?
Gay!
Yeah, that'll do for France. Breaking. Yeah, this is a brand new story. See, I don't always bring up stories that are weeks old, even though I've got like a backlog of stories that I wanted to talk about, and I try and work them in. I try to stay somewhat relevant, but then again, don't come to this podcast if you're looking for breaking news or breaking anything. And, unless it's breaking wind. Oh, Yeah, not bad, eh? Found that sound effect relatively quickly. I got to get another Stream Deck, so I got even more sound effects in front of me. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Just because I could. Just because I could. Breaking video that motivated Muslim refugee in France to be head teacher. Salman Party revealed watch. Teacher Salman Paddy. Oh, Salman Paddy as his name. Sacre blanc. A recent Islamic terrorist beheading of a teacher in France was inspired by a threatening video posted on social media and a conversation with the video's creators. France and its open borders leaders failed to take seriously threats made against the professor by Sharia Muslims. French law enforcement also ignored the reported warnings about the refugee suspect and his adherence to Sharia. So yeah, basically open borders. Yeah, it's that basic thing of fucking open borders and Yeah, so it's basically I love refugees. And anyone who says anything about it, well...
You're fucking a white male!
And, of course, that's
what the bloody Marxists always say.
It is indeed, Dr. Peterson. On October 16th, 2020, Muslim refugee shouted Allah Akbar. Oh, he shouted. What did he shout? What did he shout, people? He shouted...
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
As he beheaded the 47-year-old history teacher in Paris, France. I guess he wasn't teaching the correct history that white people are evil and so forth. Shortly after the murder, police shot the terrorist dead. Terrorist said, law enforcement officials have taken 15 suspects into custody in connection with the beheading of a teacher, Samuel Paddy, who leaves behind a wife and 5-year-old child. Well, at least they're doing God's work, you fucking muppets. Where were we? Among the arrested, Safiri, a radical imam known to intelligence services, and Briam China, father of a student at Paddy's school. So it's a fucking... So they knew that this fucking guy was there. In early October, Professor Paddy taught his annual course on freedom of expression, which featured some of Charlie Hebdo's cartoons of the Islamic prophet Muhammad. Oh, well, we can't have that now, can we? These same cartoons were the motivation behind the January 2015 Islamic terrorist attack, killing 12 individuals at the Paris offices of Charlie Hebdo, and these are the cartoons. Muhammad un Italis. Okay, I don't know what that says. Is Jesus Charlie? Yeah, well, it's like I think that's meant to be like a Star of David on his ass, saying the Prophet Muhammad takes it up the ass from Jews. Yeah, which, you know, go for it. Capture Charlie Hebdo. Yeah, okay, that's what he you know, these are the images that he showed, and I have no doubt that this stream is now. Well, this video will now be cancelled off YouTube. I don't care. I get no views on YouTube. It's all about the fucking... It's all about BitChute with me.
You'd all be dead now if it wasn't my David.
And yeah, in the days following Professor Paddy's classroom debate, Brigham Chana posted a video on social media falsely claiming that the professor ordered all Muslim students to leave the classroom prior to the free speech lesson. He asserted that his daughter, Zial, was suspended from school when she refused to exit the classroom. Now, this isn't true. He gave a trigger warning and said, if you have a problem with, you know, images of fucking Muhammad being shown, then you should leave now. Unbelievable but true, it all concerns you. This is what he said. Unbelievable but true, it concerns you all. This morning, my daughter's history teacher in 4th grade asked the whole class that all Muslim students raise their hand. Then he tells them to get out of class because he will broadcast image that will shock them. No, he told them if you're triggered by images of Muhammad, meaning if you're a fucking Sharia law believing jihadist, then you should probably leave because this is going to offend you. Some go out, some deny, including my daughter. Then this teacher spread image of someone naked, and tells them that this is Prophet of Muslims, our dear beloved Prophet, Salah Allah alayhi wa salam, all naked. I'm guessing he's referring to this image up here. And yeah, your prophet takes it up the arse. This is disgrace. This is a disgrace from a teacher teaching your children history. No, it's the Charlie Hebdo thing is something that actually happened in history. It happened in 2015, and yeah, it absolutely happened. A bunch of fucking crazy people who were fucking 100% wrong in what they did, who were fucking 100% fucking nutbags, who 100% worship a fucking pedophile prophet, took umbrage with the image, just as you did. For my part, I am not letting go. Tomorrow, I am going to see the manager because my daughter is out of college 2 days. Okay, you're going to see the manager. Well done. Well fucking done, you Karen.
How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words.
I believe is what his daughter said. If you disagree with this, you can write a mail to the school principal to fire this sick person, and I'll give you the address. This history teacher needs to be kicked out of college. And then the phone number. Well, why does he need to be kicked out of college? He's teaching something that actually happened, and he's teaching a class on freedom of expression. I have no doubt that he was, he also taught things about the Spanish Inquisition, and how the Spaniards with their Catholicism were, burning people at the stake for simply making something they deemed blasphemous, which is exactly what your backwards religion is still doing to this day. Yeah, not a fucking issue. The principal of the school clarified that the cause of Zanya's suspension from school was erroneous. Her suspension was not the result of anything that transpired in Professor Patty's class, but rather the result of her tardiness in school. Yeah, I'm guessing she was probably tardy to her lessons. I don't know. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say maybe 5 times a day. Yeah, hey, you want to live in the West? Live by the West, because at the end of the day, son, West is best. You goddamn right it is. Blimachina went to the local police station with his daughter and filed a complaint against Samuel Paddy for discrimination of pornographic images. Again, not pornographic. But then again, if you're in a backwards religion, it probably would. Schools are okay. Where were we? Images of Muhammad, pornographic images of Muhammad. He wanted the teacher to face charges for his blasphemous crimes against Muhammad. Yeah, too bad you're in a Western country, and yeah, well, Australia is absolutely heading the way. We have a fucking Section 18C, I believe it is, where you're not allowed to insult Islam at all. That counts as hate speech, but go fucking for town on Jews and Christians. So, that's all hate speech laws are. They're secular blasphemy laws. He wanted to teach, for his crimes against Muhammad. China also wanted to make investigators believe that his daughter had participated in the course, which is false, and that her psychological integrity had been affected. So she wasn't even part of the course. She just heard about it, told her fucking nut bar of a fucking father about it, and here he is. Oh, Jesus Christ. You know why he's so fucking angry? Because he looks like the fucking Muhammad drawings. He looks like the stereotypical, if I was going to draw Muhammad and make it insulting, this is what I would draw. And he's one of these fuckers who puts his fucking iPhone on fucking speakerphone and then, walks around so everyone can hear his conversation. Muhammad Jihad, you fucking faggot. Did French police know that under Islamic law, those who insult Muhammad or Allah are to be executed? Why should they? It's not. France isn't an Islamic country. Well, it's not supposed to be. It shouldn't be right now, but, well, according to what happened, it might be. Anyway, did police investigate the father after he lodged his complaint and showed troubling signs of radicalization? They absolutely should have. The fact that he went to the police and said enforce Sharia law, the fact that he went to the police and said somebody has committed blasphemy in a secular country should ring alarm bells. If a Christian does that, it should be a red flag. If a Jew does that, red flag. But for some reason, when a Muslim does it, it's like, oh, it's just the way they are. The soft bigotry of low expectations, people. However, they did. However, investigating the school teacher and sent an inspector to remind the Professor Paddy, of the rules of secularism and neutrality. Yeah, nothing he did violated secularism or neutrality, as long as he was, showing other examples as well. I think what upset the fucking Muslims was all the examples of, Christians and Jews being fucking crazy when it comes to fucking blasphemy. All those examples are probably from fucking, 600-700 years ago, where all the examples of fucking Muslims being crazy when it comes to fucking blasphemy are from a week ago. Because, all cultures are equal, and you fucking Stone Age faggots. When police investigated Professor Paddy, they learned the teacher did not make Muslim students leave the classroom nor identify themselves. Instead, the teacher gave all students the opportunity to excuse themselves from the classroom debate if they felt uncomfortable. Once law enforcement officials interrogated Professor Paddy about the allegations, the teacher filed a defamation, me speaking English goody, against China And so, yeah, he said, yeah, this guy's lying about me. Defamation complaint did not deter Chinia from his pursuit of justice against Professor Paddy. Along with extremist Imam Safir, Briam and his daughter Zienia recorded themselves on October 13th in front of the school, slandering Professor Paddy, conducting another tale of an event that never took place. In the video, Zia claims he was a student in the classroom the day Professor Paddy showed the cartoons to students. She explained that the teacher made her feel humiliated, disrespected, and discriminated as a Muslim. No, the fucking Muslims who went into the Charlie Hebdo offices should have made you feel that way. Not the teacher who called it out for being evil. You know, like this idea that, okay, yeah, this idea that, oh, you know, you're bringing up Islamic terrorism and that makes people who are Islamic feel bad. Yeah, it should. Yeah, if you bring up the fact that fucking, you know, you bring up the fact that fucking most, that basically all serial killers are white men, I'm like, yeah, that sucks. I don't like that. That's something wrong that's going on with, like, you know, school shooters in the US, all fucking white men. That is something that needs to be looked at when, you know, white men, and it is something that's being looked at because white men can be criticized, just as Muslims can be criticized. If you don't love it, leave. If you don't like it, fuck off. Equality means everybody's a piece of shit. Equality means everybody is open towards scrutiny. Everybody is open towards humiliation. Everyone is open towards everything. That's what equality means. Equality means no one is superior. If you can go around saying that fucking white men are the problem for X, then you are absolutely allowed to go around saying that Muslims are the problem for Y. That's equality, people. Like it or lump it. That's what it is. Disrespected as a Muslim. Ziana complained that she no longer wanted to attend the Islamophobic school. Then don't. That's the beauty of freedom. You are free to walk away. Watch the extensively translated. Translated of Berman's and China. Whatever his name is, and his daughter Ziana Imam Safri. Okay. So, all right. So here we have it here. This is the video with translation. All right. Let's see how this goes. Zaria's father, together with a member on Thursday in Complex, blah, blah, blah.
Salam alaikum. Nous sommes devant le collège
We're in front of the high school.
À Conflans-Sainte-Honorine.
We are discussing the thing that happened yet again. This week we witnessed simply the answer of a thug who is a teacher to this call the President of the Republic to hate of Muslims, to combat Muslims, to stimulate Muslims. It's been 45 minutes and we've waited here in the cold because the so-called principal is in a meeting. They didn't even enter the lobby. Okay, so the principal's in a meeting and you had to stand out in the cold. Look, I know your people are used to the desert, but it gets cold in France. What with it being, you know, where it is in the northern hemisphere. Sorry.
Permis d'entrer dans le hall là. En tout cas, ça fait 45 minutes.
Anyway, it's been 45 minutes.
Désolé de te voir dans ces circonstances.
Is this oh no. Sorry.
Ils nous ont même pas permis d'entrer dans le hall là. En tout cas, ça fait 45 minutes. Salam alaikum Zaina.
Anyway, it's been 45 minutes.
Désolé de te voir dans ces circonstances.
Sorry to see you in those circumstances, but could you tell us exactly what happened? We were in history class.
Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé?
On était en train de faire un cours sur l'islam.
About Islam, and one teacher said
mon prof, il a dit les musulmans
to raise our hands if we were Muslims. At that point, see, this is a lie.
Du coup, à ce moment-là, on n'a pas avec mes copines de ma classe.
My girlfriend and I didn't understand, so we decided to raise our hands. That didn't happen. And also, your girlfriend? Did you just seriously say your girlfriend?
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not allowed in Islam. We raised our hands and said, and he said,
Il a dit, là, je vais montrer une image, vous allez être peut-être...
I'm going to show a picture that might shock you. If you want to, you can leave the room. Right. So he said, if there are any Muslims in the class, I'm going... And they, just like fucking obedient little shitheads, like obedient fucking dogs, because, you know, that's what their religion tells them they are. They just said if there's... So basically what she's saying is, the teacher said, look, if there are any Muslims in the class, and they just heard Muslims in the class, so they straight away raise their hands, like, me, yes, thinking they're going to get special preferential treatment, which is exactly what they did. They got a trigger warning. That is special preferential treatment. So, yes, leave the room. So right away... They say that we will do like everybody else. We want to see the picture. All right. So you were given a trigger warning, and you said, "No, I'm not going to be triggered. I'm aware of that something is going to shock me as a Muslim because of my beliefs. What you're going to show me, I'm going to find shocking, you know, because of my beliefs." And you chose to stay. That's like going into a cinema. You know, and it comes up R18, contains nudity, sexual fucking content, you know, coarse language, violence, and drug use. And then you sitting there and going, okay, that's fine. And then when the nudity, drug use, and sexual, you know, violence and sexual explicit scenes come up, you storm out saying, this is not what I was not prepared for this. Well, you were warned. Yeah, you were given literally a trigger warning. Hang on, I have to top up my glass here. All right. So you wanted to see what everyone else was going to see. You're going to show it anyway. I refuse to leave the room. Yeah, fine. At this point, you're being a rational human being. You're like, no. I know that you think because I'm Muslim that I'm going to find this offensive. I'm going to act like a crazy fucking Arab. But I'm not a crazy Arab. I'm going to fucking... You know, I'm not going to go all fucking...
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
So, yeah.
He's on fire!
Du coup, bah, moi, j'ai refusé de sortir du cours. Il a montré la...
And he showed it, the picture. It was the Prophet Muhammad, who had a fucking 9-year-old wife that he raped and hit without his clothes. Oh my God, how dare that guy be shown without clothes? How is this any different to all the shit that fucking Christians have taken? You know, the shit that they've taken with Jesus and that. It's not any different, okay? You're in a secular society, okay? You know, if you think this is bad... Go talk to some fucking devout Christians about the things they've seen with their fucking Lord and Savior. Because, yeah, you are fucking in kiddie territory. You Muslims are being treated with fucking kid gloves in comparison. Yep, okay. Without his clothes on, and he showed us just like that. So in the class, yeah, well, he gave you a warning. We were all shocked. Even those who weren't Muslim were all shocked. It came out in a magazine. You were not shocked. Well, actually, maybe you were shocked. That was the point of the image. That was the point of the drawing. Was to be shocking, was to be confrontational. And by the way, it's a class on freedom of expression. Freedom of expression means you are going to see things that are shocking. You are going to see things that are going to upset you. That is the point of freedom of expression. You don't know what you're going to get. People are free to express themselves. Yeah, again, it's like going into a fucking Rob Zombie fucking horror movie, sitting there and going, oh my God, I can't believe they showed somebody getting stabbed and cut. I didn't sign up. You did. It's freedom of expression. And you were free to leave at any point. You could have said, I don't like this, and walked out. You didn't, because you wanted to be angry. You wanted to be triggered. You wanted some reason for you to be fucking holy and fucking righteous and fucking, you know, yeah, holier than thou. Even those who weren't Muslim were shocked. You're allowed to be shocked. Shocked and unintelligible. How did that affect you? Well, he doesn't have respect. That's fine. You don't have to respect somebody to learn from them. Just because you don't like somebody or you don't respect somebody doesn't mean what they're teaching you doesn't have value. It's the information that has value. And the fact that you were shocked and, you were fucking bothered by it, you've learned something. You've learned something about freedom of expression. You've learned something about yourself. That's how you're supposed to take that. Not like a fucking crazy jihadist. You're not supposed to cut the fucking cunt's head off, you crazy fucking bitch.
Qu'est-ce que ça t'a fait? Bah, il ne respecte pas.
Well, he doesn't have respect. For them, we aren't equal to them. Really? What else did he show? Because you're only talking about the Prophet Muhammad part.
Pour eux, on n'est pas égal à eux alors qu'on est humain.
Even though we are exactly like them. Well, no, you're not exactly like them. Because them, being everybody in the class who didn't cut the teacher's head off, didn't cut the teacher's head off. That's a pretty big difference. That's, I'd say it's a kind of defining difference.
Comme je me suis exprimé et...
Since I expected that, since I expressed that, he decided that I was disrupting the class. You were given a warning, and you were told this was going to happen, and you went all fucking...
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
Yeah, and then you started disrupting the class, so he pointed out the fact that you were doing just that, disrupting the class.
Bah, il s'est dit que je dérangeais son cours, bah, il m'a exclu de l'école.
And he excused me from the class for 2 days. Again, that none of this happened, but if it did, so fucking what? He's like, yeah, if you can't be an adult and see things that bother you in a class for freedom of expression, then maybe you need to take some time out, go find a safe space, and, think about it. And think about whether you want to be part of this class. Again, completely fair. Even though none of this happened. He was interviewed and, other students were interviewed. None of what she's saying actually happened. The image was shown, true. And she was given a trigger warning, true. But all this shit where she had to put her hand up, it's all bullshit. And the fact that she was kicked out of the class for 2 days, again, it's been proven. Bullshit. So, but even if everything she's saying is true, so fucking what? Freedom of expression. I am shocked that we were showed that completely naked man during history class. Seriously? Michelangelo's David. Yeah, I rest my case.
Choqué qu'on monte ça en même tenue alors qu'on fait des cours d'histoire.
He doesn't respect us. He doesn't see us like others. In fact, why is he showing?
Il ne respecte pas, il ne voit pas comme les autres en fait. Pourquoi il monte ça sur notre religion à nous?
That precisely about our religion in the way he wants to humiliate us in front of others. Okay, so if he were to show Jesus in the same position, if he were to show like somebody did piss Christ, like a and this would absolutely fall under the freedom of expression class thing where somebody fucking put a crucifix in a fucking like mason jar, pissed in it, filled the jar up with piss, closed it up, and that was an art exhibit, and it was called Piss Christ. That is freedom of expression. That is completely acceptable. Christians did not do anything. Were Christians happy about it? No, probably not. A lot of them said, yeah, this is fucking just bullying on our part. They said exactly the type of things that this woman is saying. But did they fucking cut anybody's head off? No. The artist in this, who made the Piss Christ, he expressed himself or herself, I'm not sure. I assume it was a he. It couldn't, it really doesn't matter. But they expressed themselves with their thing. The Christians who took offense to it expressed themselves verbally with their dislike and disgust towards it. And that was it. The art gallery didn't take it down. It wasn't pulled away. People expressed that they said, look, this offends me as a Christian, this blah, blah, blah. And everyone went, yeah, but it's freedom of expression and you have to accept it. And at the end of the day, look, one person made their expression, you made your expression where you said, I'm completely against this, I don't think it's art at all, blah, 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 but art is subjective at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, you know, one person says one thing, another person says another thing, and that's it. It's just, you know, expression of opinions. And, you know, that's exactly what this class is supposed to be about. I find it really weird that somebody who is so fucking thin-skinned would be taking a hiccup burps, would be taking a freedom of expression class to begin with. She went in there, this is just my opinion, she went in there looking for something to be offended by.
En quelque sorte, envers les autres, ils veulent nous rabaisser.
What is it that you felt? Found out that you didn't feel like. I found out that you didn't feel like going to school. Okay, so your reason for cutting this guy's head off is my feelings. That's it. Your whole argument is my feelings. Well, congratulations. You are fucking weak bitch faggots. You are weak, pathetic children. You are Antifa. Congratulations. You have reduced Islam, this religion that you hold so dear, that has existed for, you know, nigh on fucking almost 2 centuries, like what, a century and a half or whatever. Yeah, 1,500-year-old religion. You have reduced it to Antifa. You have reduced it to fucking Extinction Rebellion. You have reduced it to, dare I say, the Proud Boys. You have reduced it to, I'm going to do something to you because my feelings. Congratulations. You're a faggot.
Plus envie de venir à l'école après ça.
Non, j'ai plus envie d'aller dans ces cours, c'est pour voir des trucs comme ça.
Things like that I no longer want to with this teacher. You don't have to. You're free to walk away. See, this is the problem. You're free to walk away, but they're not happy with that. No. I don't... See, this is exactly the fucking Antifa fucking mindset. This is exactly the fascist mindset is, no, it's not enough that I have the freedom to walk away. I want to take away your freedom to say what made me walk away. It's exactly what it is. It's like, and this is something that's like, you know, affecting comedy and that. Instead of a comedian being able to walk the room where people just get out and walk out because they don't like what he or she is saying. No. Now, instead of walking the room, they want to walk the stage. They want to get rid of the person who's saying what they don't like. No. That's not how fucking the West operates. That's not how fucking freedom of speech, freedom of expression operates. If you don't like what somebody's saying, you walk away from the person saying it. You don't stop the person from saying it. And that's something that, you know, and, you know, that's why, you know, the West is the best. That's why, you know, that's why Western culture is better than any other culture, because I have the freedom to say whatever I want, and you have the freedom to turn this podcast off right now and say, I'm not listening to this shit. And I respect your freedom to do that. I applaud it and I encourage it. If you don't like what I'm saying, just, you know, stop listening. Walk away. But to stop me from what I'm saying, well, you're a faggot if you do that. Just like if I don't like what you're saying, I'll just walk away from it. I'll just not listen. I might listen for a bit and then walk away. It doesn't matter. If I don't like what you're saying, I won't listen to you. If I don't think what you're saying has any value to me, I won't listen to you. I'll just walk away. And, you know, that's something like, you know, with the left can't stand the whole like walk away movement, because they are against walking away. No. If somebody says something that makes you want to walk away, then that person should be silenced. Fuck that and fuck that logic. Okay, let's see what this fucking... Oh, look at him wearing his face mask like a good little bitch. I'm not okay. Like everyone else, Volia. Yeah, I know you're not okay. You cut a guy's head off because he said something you didn't like. Yeah, you're all kinds of not okay. I decided to make this video in order to tell you straight away that my daughter was shocked. Yep, your daughter is allowed to be shocked as a result of the behavior of a teacher. Yeah, again, she's allowed to. By the way, this is a university. Your daughter is over 18 years of age. Your daughter is a grown fucking woman. I know in your religion, she's still only like 2/3 of a human being or some shit like that. But in the country that you are, France, she is an adult. She can make her own decisions. She can walk away. The fact that her feelings were hurt is fucking irrelevant. You like to use the word teacher, he's a thug. No, he showed an image that led to the death of people. You didn't like that he showed that image again, so you made his death happen. You are just as bad as you are the terrorist. No, a history thug who was supposed to teach them history and geography. No, you're the thug because you're telling people what they can and can't teach. You know, this is exactly what the fucking Nazis did, you know, with the book burning and shit. And yeah, I know, fucking Gregorian's law or whatever the fuck it is, where everything comes back to fucking Nazis. But yeah, this is straight up fucking fascism.
Qui est censé leur apprendre l'histoire, la géographie. Alors cette semaine, il s'est permis.
So this week he had the audacity to tell them to raise their hands if they were Muslims. No, that never happened. You're a liar. And he told them to leave the class. My daughter refused to leave, and she asked him why. He said, "I gave you a trigger warning." Is what it's going to be. He was going to yes. Right. He gave them the opportunity to leave.
Certains élèves sont sortis, ma fille n'est pas sortie. Effectivement, il a montré.
No, he showed them a cartoon of a naked man that was the Prophet Muhammad. Stop trying to make. And even if he did show them a picture of a naked man, this is university. This is college. They're all fucking adults. They can all just, you know, that it's completely legal to do that. You can say, hey, I'm about to show you something that is going to be rated R18 plus or rated XXX. But because everybody in this room is over the age of 18, I'm just giving you a warning. So if you don't want to see it, walk away now. But there is nothing illegal about what he did. Now, if this was a classroom full of 12-year-olds and he showed that picture, yeah, you've got a leg to stand on and, you know, or, yeah, maybe a head to fucking not. Yeah. Well, this teacher no longer has a fucking head to stand on. God damn it, I butchered that, but you know where I was going. Okay. No, he showed them a drawing, telling them it was a Prophet Muhammad. It was a drawing of the Prophet Muhammad. He said that Muhammad, the Muslims' prophet, and the message that he wanted to send to those children. Again, not children, university. Everybody there is over the age of 18. If your daughter was under the age of 18, you have a fucking leg to stand on again, or this guy no longer has a head to head stand on. Yeah, okay, I'll work it out.
Quel est le message qu'il a voulu passer à ses enfants?
Not children.
La haine? Pourquoi cette haine?
What hate? Why this hate? Why a history teacher behaving like that? Because he's teaching about freedom of expression and how some people try to stifle freedom of expression. It's called fascism.
Pourquoi un prof d'histoire se comporte comme ça devant des...
In front of 13-year-old students. Okay, they're 13 years old now. Is it college or not? Wait, no, because this picture got shown... No, this picture was on the front cover of a magazine. Okay, well, you know what? If they're 13 years old, then you have a right to complain. Complain. But that's it.
Les élèves de 13 ans. Cette histoire, c'est mon histoire, c'est la fille de ma fille.
The story of my daughter.
Et ma fille, elle a 13 ans.
My daughter is 13 years old, and not only in my daughter's class, but this is about all 4 grades. Okay, according to the fucking article that we're reading at the moment, she wasn't even part of the class.
De quatrième.
But it's about all 4 grades. In my opinion, he's been behaving that way for years. Again, this, you know, and here's the thing about France, which I'm sure like it'd be like in Montreal in Canada, which is very fucking French driven. You can show that shit to 13-year-olds, and it's not pornographic, especially if it's a drawing like that. Like by this guy's okay. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to admit defeat in that. I did not know his daughter was only 13. Okay, a little weird that he's going to show it, but it was a Charlie Hebdo thing. And also, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's legally okay to show that shit to 13-year-olds in France or in like Montreal, Canada, because they're very lapsed with that shit. Now, this is a country that you chose to immigrate to, you chose to be a part of, and you chose to be Muslim in. Yeah, the society doesn't change because of you. Okay? If you don't want your daughter seeing things that depict the Prophet Muhammad in a negative light, if you don't want to see cartoons of and let's just go back up to this cartoon. Okay, that. If you think that is inappropriate, like it's just testicles and a dick, and it's nondescript or whatever, like your daughter's 13, she's going to see a lot more fucking horrific things in a sex education class, like much more graphic. And, maybe that's something that you were able to opt out of because you knew it was coming up. But at the same time, I'm going to say this is perfectly acceptable for something to do. And they even put a star over the bunghole, okay? They did the Jurassic Park where they don't show the fucking butthole. So, yeah, again, okay, have a problem with it? Yeah, as a father, you have every right to have a problem with it. Be angry by it? Yes, you have every right to be angry by it. Cut the guy's head off? No. And anyone who thinks he has the right to, like, who? What kind of fucking nutbag would think that he has the right to cut the person's head off in order to silence them? I can think of one type of person.
Comporte comme ça depuis plusieurs années. Alors, tous ceux qui ne sont pas d'accord.
So to all those who disagree with this behavior,
avec ce comportement,
for all those who have problems or whose children were sent outside, because my daughter, since she refused leaving the room, the teacher made her leave the room by giving another reason. No, not true. If you want to be there, we say stop. Don't touch our children. Send me send a message to me at, and then he puts his fucking phone number up.
60 53 02 62.
This thug cannot stay in a national education system. He cannot continue to educate children. Again, if you don't like the way that the secular French public school system is teaching your children, pull your daughter out and put her in a fucking Islamic school.
Dans l'éducation nationale ne doit plus éduquer des enfants, il doit aller s'éduquer lui-même.
He has to go educate himself. Thank you for sharing.
Merci de partager un maximum. Je pense
much as possible. I think all is about you. I'm speaking in the name. Wait. What was that?
Ce voyou ne doit plus rester dans l'éducation nationale, ne doit plus éduquer des enfants.
He has to go educate himself. Well, no, he was trying to educate your children on the fact that just because this cartoon appears in a magazine and you're Muslim doesn't give you the right to go in and shoot up a bunch of people.
Il doit aller s'éduquer lui-même. Merci de partager un maximum.
As much as possible, I think this is about all of you. I'm speaking in the name of my daughter. No, you're speaking in the name of your religion. Fuck your daughter.
Je parle au nom de ma fille.
But your children as well. The same thing is being done to them in class. Now, if a Christian turned around and said, well, they're being taught fucking Islamic values in the class and had a problem with it, yeah, I guarantee.
Mais vos enfants aussi, on leur fait
Different
la même
story.
chose dans la classe.
Vous étiez parti
We went to Ibrahim with the father of Allah.
avec Ibrahim, le père
Okay,
de
so
la
this is the
Zainab.
this is the imam, and myself in the name of the Council of French Imams. The fact that there is a council of French imams in France, like, yeah, I get they have the right to exist, but the fact that they have any pool at a public school is fucking insane. Any pool at a public school. All right.
Moi, au nom du Conseil des imams de France, voir l'administration du collège. Donc, comme j'avais dit devant le collège, qu'il y avait vraiment un manque de respect déjà à la base de nous laisser attendre pendant 1 heure dans le froid et le vent.
Okay, so yeah, they go on all about this shit, and yeah, I've refuted everything they said. I could start refuting everything. Once we're allowed outside, inside, we explained. Yeah, this is all bullshit because, yeah, as the article goes on to say, according to the latest evidence from the investigation, Ziana was not actually in the classroom when Professor Paddy showed the cartoon to the students. In fact, never even had a class with the victim and only pretended to be his student. Zena was taught by another history teacher altogether. So yeah, they just heard about this through word of mouth that somebody showed the Charlie Hebdo cartoon in the fucking school, and that was enough for them to go fucking, cut the guy's head off because, they're no different than the people who went in and shot up Charlie Hebdo. They, they're no different than the fucking...
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
Yeah, and then the victim and only pretend to be in the video, Imam describes himself as a thug and implores the public not only to denounce the teacher but expose his identity, and he assists violence towards the teacher by stating that blasphemous images of Muhammad shown in the classroom could lead to the eventual genocide of Muslims. Okay.
Une fois qu'on était admis à l'intérieur, donc on a expliqué
the serious case, but it did not seem to shock them, the school administration, except for the female school principal, but very little. Apparently, that bothered him. The only one who was upset was the female. Gee, I guess a bunch of fucking angry Muslim men coming into a room, and the one woman in the room was like, I'm kind of concerned about this. Can we get rid of this? Yeah, I can understand why the female principal might be a little concerned about angry Muslim men. Yeah, I wonder why.
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
Anyway, okay, I got to watch more of this.
Ni la CPE. Apparemment, elles étaient au courant. Et que ça se faisait depuis 5
They knew already about this and had previously done it for about 5 or 6 years. So this has been happening for 5 or 6 years, where they've been showing what can happen, the consequences of freedom of expression, because some people are hell-bent against it. And even though that, and I'm guessing their thing would be, even though that there are people who will try and silence you, don't be silenced by these fascists, keep speaking your mind.
5-6 ans. Ça fait 5-6 ans que des enfants de 12-13 ans, des musulmans...
Muslims have been shocked, have been attacked, and have been humiliated. Yeah, why don't you talk about what happened to the staff at Charlie Hebdo?
Sont choqués, sont agressés, sont humiliés
in front of their fellow students because that's what they told us. No.
Parce que c'est ce qu'ils nous ont dit, ceux avec qui on a parlé, et ça ne pose...
Those with whom we talked, and this doesn't seem to be a problem whatsoever. Yeah, because it isn't. It's not a problem. It's only a problem for you. Here's the thing. When you have a problem with something and 99% of the people around you don't have a problem with something, maybe you're the one with the problem. Just throwing it out there.
Aucun problème. Donc, on a exprimé...
Yeah, you expressed your disagreement, and you have every right to express your disagreement. You don't have the right to cut somebody's fucking head off.
Notre désaccord et notre, stupéfaction de savoir que
l'administration could and have known and tolerated this even, and they even told us what it was on their internet page. Yeah, the idea that this fucking these people wouldn't kowtow to your demands. This is exactly the mentality of fucking Antifa. Antifa and fucking radical Islam are one and the same, because this is the same mentality. Oh, we told them We told them that we were offended, and they said, go ahead, be offended. Like, the idea that people will not fucking bend the knee to them. The idea that people will not fucking obey their orders because they consider themselves... Like, this idea that, you know, as they're saying that they're being denigrated, that they're being fucking made to feel lesser. No. You want everyone else to fucking obey your law, your fucking standards. And these are not the laws or the standards of the land. You want the fucking laws and the standards of the land to change to your whim. And you're calling yourself the victim? You're killing people because they won't kowtow to your demands, and you're going ahead and calling yourself the victim. That's like somebody taking hostages and, you know, saying, well, I had to shoot 2 of them to show that I was serious. I didn't want to do it. I'm the victim here. I have to survive with their blood on my hands. I have to go through the rest of my life with their fucking souls on my conscience. I'm the victim because the police wouldn't give me my demands, so I had to shoot them. This is insane. All right. I need to see the bit where he says it's
savoir ça et le tolérer. D'ailleurs, on nous a dit même que c'était sur le site du programme de l'école.
The school program, so let me know one thing, that we, the Council of French Isams and Muslims, flatly refuse this type of irresponsible and aggressive behavior. That they don't respect the rights of those children. They do respect the rights of those children. They said this might trigger you, and if you think it might, please leave. You're trying to be the victim when you're the aggressor. This is exactly Antifa. To keep their psychological integrity, so we said that. We demand the immediate suspension of that thug. So anyone who speaks out against Islam, anyone who has a problem or a critique of Islam is a thug and should be immediately cast out of fucking the education system, should be immediately cast out of society, and they're also saying should be doxxed and beheaded. And you're calling that person the thug. Yeah, congratulations, faggot.
Immédiate de ce voyou parce que c'était pas un enseignant. Un enseignant, c'est autre chose. Et c'est une fonction qui a
And this function, a lot of nobility to greatness by what it's called.
D'ailleurs, c'est le cas d'une bonne partie.
With the majority of teachers who respect their work, who respect
leur travail, qui respectent la finalité
the goal of their work and the end of conversation.
On a compris.
We understand that nothing was going to happen with this institution. No, it shouldn't. Nothing should happen because the institution that you're talking to is not an Islamic institution. The institution that you're talking to is a secular public school.
Qu'il n'allait rien y avoir de la part de l'établissement. Elle nous a fait savoir ça. Alors,
they let us know, but she told us that she was going to follow through on the information. Indeed, we left there with a strong resolve to mobilize. Yeah, that's not good.
Nous sommes partis de là-bas avec la ferme intention de mobiliser pour une action.
For an action before the institution and before
devant l'établissement et devant l'inspection académique.
The academic inspectorate, but after the afternoon, the academic inspector is
Mais dans l'après-midi, l'inspection académique a contacté le parent.
The parent of the student and also expressed to him.
Et lui a exprimé,
this is all bullshit, by the way. They're surprised that this is happening in the class of that thug. Yeah, this is all bullshit. She wasn't in the class. And that we're going to crack down and they were going to act. No, they shouldn't crack down and they shouldn't act. This direction that we're going to send the inspectors to see that thug. So what I'm telling you, I'm simply telling you
je vous dis tout simplement que là
that there we are in a straight line.
Nous sommes dans une ligne droite.
Indeed, we can see the development.
Nous voyons le développement. Cette machine qui s'emballe.
This machine is starting to work, and perhaps tomorrow,
si jamais on accepte
if we accept this type of treatment behavior, tomorrow we might experience what is happened in Srebrenica, what happened in Yugoslavia. Oh, you didn't get your way.
À Srebrenica, à ce qui s'est passé en Yougoslavie.
Those were the people lived in very well, who lived together, who
Parce que c'est des gens qui
intermarried.
vivaient très bien, qui vivaient ensemble, qui se mariaient entre eux.
And they were arrived at,
Et à la
they
fin,
didn't
ils
know.
sont arrivés jusque-là. Ils ne pensaient pas, comme aujourd'hui on le
Just like today, we don't know. But when we hear a heinous discourse
Mais quand on entend le discours haineux
by the President of the Republic towards
du
Muslims,
président de la République envers les musulmans, ça laisse présager.
yeah,
des
this will
jours
let us
sombres.
predict
Donc,
the
je
dark
demande à
days.
tout
So
le
I'm
monde de
asking
rester
everybody to stay
vigilant.
vigilant. Basically, what he's saying is, it might, they're going to try and make us integrate into the society, and they're not going to make the society integrate to our beliefs.
Nous attendons dans
We
les
are
jours à venir
expecting
des
in the
décisions
coming days a decision of the
de
academic.
l'inspection académique. Et sur cela, nous
And
allons
that's where we're
réagir.
going to
Et,
react.
je
So
demande
I'm
à tous
asking
les
all
parents,
parents
partout
everywhere
en
in France to be
d'être
very, very
très
vigilant
vigilants sur ce que suivent
about
leurs
their children
enfants.
in their classes.
Parce que dans
So there
les
is
cours. Donc, s'il y
the
a le
tiniest
moindre
attempt, because the problem is that the children, when in the current class, in the
d'atteinte.
current case,
Parce que le problème, c'est que les enfants, comme c'est le cas présent, dans le cas présent, Zaina n'a pas
Zinnia didn't dare to talk to her parents on the first day because she was ashamed to talk. She wasn't even in the class. This is all bullshit. You
osé
just heard that
parler
there
à
was
ses
something
parents
you didn't
le
like.
premier jour. Parce
She
que
really,
elle avait-
she was really even feeling guilty about having seen it. So then you see the extent to which she was feeling guilty for having seen it. Well, that says a lot about the parenting.
honte de parler. Elle se sentait vraiment même coupable d'avoir vu, dire à tel point ils affligent.
They are inflicting those 13-year-old children. By the way, this is the same country that made cuties. So, yeah, this is the real problem in France.
À ces enfants de 13 ans, je veux dire une violence psychologique.
Very, very damaging psychological violence. Yeah, you know what's very, very damaging and, psychological violence because it, cuts off fucking, brainwaves and that? Cutting somebody's head off, you crazy motherfucker.
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
Très, 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 très dommageable. Donc c'est pourquoi il faut absolument qu'on reste très, très, très vigilant et mobilisé pour
and mobilize it in order to be able to rapidly act against these violations of our children's rights as well, because that's what it's all about. So your child not being taught in a public school the ways of fucking Islam, the ways of your pedophile prophet, is violating their rights.
France aussi, parce que c'est de ça qu'il s'agit.
Yeah, that's a good thing for fucking France. In the video, yeah, blah, blah, blah. If we ever accept that Muhammad cartoons, tomorrow we might accept that happened in Siberia and Yugoslavia. Okay, so, yeah, you're going to be forced out of the country. Birmingham and Chernihiv were on a mission to have the teacher punished. In the video, they discussed that a complaint they lodged against the teacher with an academic inspector. The two men complained that the school principal minimalized the serious nature of the teacher's quote-unquote crimes and was refusing to dismiss him. The men also mentioned filing a complaint against Paddy with the controversial group Committee Against Islamophobia. Yeah, so they didn't get their way. This teacher is this teacher, okay, this is what he said in another Facebook post. So many people laughed at this, and a few people. This teacher is bragging my daughter that he participated in Charlie's March. You are the best of the prophet. Peace upon him and peace be upon him. You have the address and the name of the teacher to say stop. So he marched for Charlie Hebdo's right to post those articles, to post those pictures. He marched in favor of freedom of speech. He marched in favor of freedom of expression, and that's why you beheaded him. Seriously, Antifa is just Islam without testosterone. Because at least the fucking, and I'm not condoning it, but at least the fucking the Islamists, at least they have the fucking balls to go through with this shit. At least they have the fucking balls to do it. The school subsequently receives a flurry of threatening phone calls, according to a student. Professor Fadi was being harassed and attended. Fatwa against the beheaded teacher. In just 2 weeks, the fatwa placed on Samuel Paddy by Briam Chino and the Imam, the two guys we saw speak, was carried through by a Muslim refugee. Chino, along with Buddhist religious and followers, led a harassment, defamation, incitement to hatred, doxing campaign that led to him lying on the ground, beheaded, not far from the school where he taught with courage and honor. Jihad Azadar, who is charged with beheading Paddy, posted the video on Twitter by Chino and calling for action to take against the professor. He also contacted Chino and the Imam directly to inquire about the guy. So these people, this guy was the beheader, was reportedly seen at the school inquiring about the teacher. The terrorist gave several hundred euros to students in exchange for identity of the professor. 4 students at the same school are in custody. One, a 15-year-old student who was allegedly paid for information about the teacher and was taken into custody on Sunday. Muslim organizations and many mosques also broadcast calls of violence by China towards the professor. Below is just one example of a French mosque, Great Mosque of Pratin, that posted his video on its social media, along with the name of the professor and the college where he practiced. A preacher from the mosque has been taken into custody as part of an investigation to the beheading of him, and the mosque has since removed the post, which is captured below. So, there it is, and according to information, so they absolutely called for this guy's fucking beheading. And, okay. The image below is a tweet in which, raised by Twitter, the article author tried to release the image showing the terrorist claims the day of the attack, but it was quickly flagged by Twitter. So, Jesus Christ, and there's the guy's head. Holy shit. All he did was show a cartoon of the Prophet Muhammad in an unflattering... No, I'm just going to go out and say it here. Put a fat where I mean. The Prophet Muhammad had a fucking 9-year-old wife named Aisha who he beat and raped. The Prophet Muhammad was a pedophile faggot. The Prophet Muhammad was a sodomite. And that's what they did. They cut this guy's head off. Congratulations. Yeah, like I said, Islam is just Antifa with testosterone. Antifa is just fucking Islam without the fucking balls to carry through on their threats. You fucking... that's the world we live in now. You fucking insane fucking people. Jesus Christ, I didn't realize how long this story would actually take me to fucking get through. Okay. Jesus Christ. I was not expecting that at all. Should we go to some Jesus Christ, should we go to some more fucking you know what? We'll go to we'll go to one more story before I do the test that I was going to do for this episode, because I took so long on that story. I didn't realize. I'll get to the other stories on the next episode. Jesus fucking Christ. And I got to top up my drink. Holy fucking shit, these fucking Musrats are insane. Yeah, and that's what they mean by hate speech off the campus. Don't insult Islam. All right. Yeah. Okay. On a lighter note, update. He wasn't just exposing himself. CNN legal analyst Jeffrey Toobin suspended after masturbating on the Zoom call. CNN legal analyst and writer Jeffrey Toobin was suspended by the New Yorker for exposing his penis during a Zoom call.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
With his fellow colleagues. Toobin told Vice in a statement. Yeah, okay. I like that. That's who he's talking to, Vice. So you know he's innocent. Okay, I have no idea what this guy's voice is, but judging by his picture, I made an embarrassing, stupid mistake of believing I was off camera. I apologize to my wife, family, friends, and co-workers. I don't know. That's just what I'm assuming his voice sounds like, judging by his picture. A spokeswoman, of course, it has to be a spokeswoman because you can't have a spokesman defending, a dude with his fucking cock out. A spokeswoman for the New Yorker said, Jeffrey Toobin has been suspended while we investigate the matter. Toobin later apologized to family and friends and co-workers. Yeah, why are you apologizing to your wife? Because everybody's seeing what, she's working with, and they feel sorry for her now? Is that it? Yeah. Okay, anyway, Vice News posted an update later today. He was masturbating on a Zoom call. The New Yorker has suspended reporter Jeffrey Toobin for masturbating on a Zoom chat between members of the New Yorker and WNC radio last week. Toobin says he did not realize the video was on. Okay, boomer. I guess that's what you got to say. Jesus Christ, dude. Like, yeah, I have a laptop here that I'm viewing, like, I got my computer that I'm doing this stream from that has no cameras hooked up to it. And I have my laptop that has, its screen and another screen hooked up to it. But my laptop has a camera in the top of it. Yeah, I purchased many, many moons ago when I got the laptop. I purchased a little sticker thing with a shifty thing. Basically, so I can click, unclick, cover up the camera. Because you don't leave a camera, you don't leave the lens of a camera exposed, especially when it's hooked to a computer. You do not leave the lens of a camera exposed unless you're intending to be on camera. I mean, this is just fucking internet 101. Like, this is something you should have learnt like years and years ago. Anyway, he says, I made an embarrassingly stupid mistake. Believing the camera was off, I apologize to my wife, friends, and co-workers, Toobin told Motherboard. I believe I was not visible on Zoom, and I thought no one in the Zoom call could see me. I thought I had muted Zoom video, he added. So this guy's in, okay, if this is to be believed, he thought he was in the middle of a Zoom call. He was in the middle of a work call. So he's working from home. And he thought he'd, and something during the Zoom call got him randy, shall we say, got him excited. And he decided to turn off, he thought he turned off his microphone and his camera, and thought he would just rub one out right then and there. Now, this makes me think, call me Miss Marple, Murder, She Wrote or whatever, but there was some woman on the Zoom call, because why wouldn't you close the application? Like, why wouldn't you close Zoom? Like, if you're like, all right, I'm off the Zoom call now, guys. I'll see you later. I got things to do. And then he just, mutes his fucking camera and microphone. why is he leaving? Why is he leaving the Zoom call open? That, well, methinks, and this is just my opinion, that there was someone in his work team or someone he works with at the company. I'm going to assume of the female persuasion that he wanted to remain on his screen while he fucking cranked it. That, he was jerking off to someone or some people in the fucking Zoom call. Because why else would you leave it open? Why else would you...
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
Yeah, he should have... he should have fucking turned off his no-no square. Yeah, because why else would you leave the application open? Why wouldn't you close the application before you did any kind of, anything? Before you even walked away, to make a fucking cup of tea. If you didn't want to see the other people still in, why would you remain in the Zoom chat? Why would you do that? Unless, and yeah, I put it to you, that there was someone in this Zoom chat that he wanted to crank one out to. That's the only logical explanation. I believe two people who were on call told Vice separately that the call was an election simulation featuring many of New York's biggest stars. Oh, here we go. Jane Maurer was playing establishment Republicans. Evan Owens was Joe Biden. Jolene Cobb was establishment Democrats. Masha Grecian played Donald Trump. And Andrew Matz was the far right. Yeah, because that's what you're going to get in a presidential debate. Why is there no far left? Sue Halpern was left-wing Democrats, not far left though. Dexter Frisky was the military. And Jeffrey Toobin was playing the courts. There are also a handful of other producers on the call for the New York Times. All right, you know what we're going to do right now? Let's start with Jane Maurer. Okay. Yeah, not said anything. Oh, okay. Well, that was Jane Maurer. Hang on, let me try that again. Let's see who he was cranking it to. Oh, New Yorker's Jane Maurer on the Zoom. Okay, so it was either her. Let's leave that open. Was playing establishment. Evan Owens was Joe Biden. Jolene Cobb. Let's take a look at her. All right, Jolene Cobb is a big black dude. Not unreasonable. Could be. Was establishment now. Oh, Masha. Oh, there's a European. Masha Greenstein. Let's have a look at her. All right, this is a dude. Wow. Okay, this is a dude who... Is it a dude? All right, this is someone who's taken a shitload of crack to look like Woody Harrelson. All right, we're going to go ahead and close that one down because that'd just be sad for him. Played Donald Trump, because Andrew was far right, and Sue Halpern was left-wing Democrats. So, let's, by process of elimination, work out why he left the Zoom. Oh, really? Okay, so it's a top between... it clearly wasn't this. All right, so it's between this and this black guy so far that he was jerking it with. Dexter Frisky was a military, Jeffrey Cho, and there were... Okay, so... Yeah. All right, hang on, I don't have Jane Maurer. Back up. Well, yeah, I just closed this one down originally. Let's see. Let's look down at some pictures. Does she at least have some sweater puppies or... No. No. Oh my God. God damn it, journalists are fucking ugly. Okay, so it was either this, or hey there, this that he was jacking it to. Both people who spoke on the condition of anonymity in order to speak freely noted that it was unclear how much each person saw. Both said they saw him jerking off. Well, okay, so yeah. Well, we've just looked up, the people named in this case, and I mean, unless he's into black dudes, because I mean, this guy, strong, masculine, much like me, a bald head and facial hair, broad shoulders, yeah, I get it. I mean, it's a powerful man. If you're into dudes, this is a dude to be into. Yeah. Wow, that just shows how fucking ugly these other two women are. I mean, holy shit. And, oh, wow. Like, it's this. God, this is a good picture. Oh my God, she looks like she's fucking seen the Ark of the Covenant. Yeah, okay, so we got that, or fucking, that, or, hang on, is there a picture of her at least looking attractive? No. Okay, we got that, or that. So he was either jerking it to this, or this. Not gonna lie, as a straight man, the only one who's halfway sexy is the black man. Not gonna lie. So yeah, well, that's where we have it with that one. Now, I was going to end this podcast. Yeah. Oh yeah, let's just end it with that one, because yeah, what can you say? It was, there must have been he was either jerking it to that fucking black dude, who I have no problem with, by the way. Don't call me racist. In fact, I said out of the three, he's the only one I could see, maybe he's secretly gay. All right, but yeah, because those other two women, holy shit. Like, I mean, fucking... Yeah, that's all I could see it being. So, yeah, it's clear the guy's secretly gay and he's into black dudes. And not that there's anything wrong with that. I just think you should be honest to your friends, family, and... Wait, what was the quote? Your wife, your family, friends, and co-workers. I think you need to be fucking honest that you were jacking it to a black dude, because that's the only reason not to close down the program. That's the only reason you wouldn't just shut the program down. It's like, all right, I'm done with this meeting, and now I'm gonna fucking enjoy myself some internet pornography. Well, first things first, close down the program that you're fucking videoing people with. Second thing would be, fucking cover up the fucking microphone and, eliminate the microphone and the camera just to be safe. But, then again, it could be like a okay boomer moment where he doesn't realize that, but still, you'd close down the program. So, yeah, there's no doubt in my mind he left it open and, turned off his camera and microphone, or so he thought, because there was someone in the chat that he wanted to fucking jack it to. Now, out of all the names we've seen you know, but it also says a host of interns. So there could be some fucking young little hottie, you know, on the chat as well, or a couple of them because the interns or whatever. Yeah, that's equally possible. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say, no, it was this dude. That's who he's splooshing over. That's who he's jacking it to. Because, hey, they're the only names, you know, they're the only names in the fucking thing. And out of the three, this one, and this one, this is the only one that's in any way, and I say this as a straight man, any way jackable. And yes, I mean that as an insult to you other two women. I absolutely mean it as an insult to you. I 100% mean it as an insult. Okay, so that's that story taken care of. Yeah, the guy's either fucking got a fetish for fucking black dudes, or he is clearly just retarded, I guess. Yeah, so let's should we end it on me taking the feminism test? Well, I did say I was going to do it in the description. I think I might have taken this feminist test before, though. Yeah, the wage gap is a myth. Yeah, I reckon I've taken it before. I need to go through my... You know what? I won't take one of the tests on this episode. I think we talked long enough about the whole French fucking Islam beheading thing. And yeah, I'm going to save a test, rather. Yeah, I'm going to go through and, you know, I need to start making I need to make like a text file or a spreadsheet or whatever that lets me know which of these tests I've taken. Because as I see the first question on this test, the feminist test, 3 scale or whatever, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've done this test before. So, yeah, I don't want to double up and do the same test twice. So, yeah, well, I'm going to give it a, oh shit, we're coming up like, you know, like an hour 40 on this episode. Yeah, that's a good run. I had a lot to say, I guess. I didn't realize how much I'd have to say on that fucking whole Islam thing. But there it was. And, yeah, okay, so I'm just rambling now, and I don't know why. It's time to edit the... edit. It's time to end, rather, the podcast. And once I find where my mouse cursor's gone, there it is. And, yeah, I would, just want to end the podcast how I usually end the podcast, by saying to you all, Black Lives Matter.
Oh, we knew. Nah, do that.
Gay! You will die without honor.